Arsenal, who narrowly missed out on the Premier League title last season, now wants to get rid of the almost but not quite label. So how are Arteta and his team preparing for the 2025-2026 season? New transfers, squad balance, tactical changes? We'll discuss it all. Let's start looking at Arsenal's upcoming season with the new transfers. Viktor Gyökeres. The biggest reason for the downfall was the injuries suffered in the front line. Arsenal's game plan was built on the dynamism of the wings and finishing in the center. However, this plan was disrupted due to the chain of injuries in the front line during critical moments of the season. Gabriel Jesus experienced 3 different injuries throughout the season. The total 12 games he missed in December and February narrowed the team's attacking variations. Eddie Nketiah took responsibility in Jesus' absence but missed 5 games in March due to inconsistent form and a muscle injury. During this process, Arteta sometimes used Trossard as a false 9, but this tactic weakened wing effectiveness rather than increasing goal count. Even Merino, who was known for his defensive side and transferred to Arsenal with his ball-winning statistics in La Liga, had to play in the number 9 position at one point. Arsenal's biggest shortcoming when starting the new season was very obvious: a pure striker. They managed to secure this transfer after long efforts and by outcompeting rivals, Viktor Gyökeres. Viktor Gyökeres, who became one of the most talked about names in the football world with his amazing season at Sporting Lisbon, had caught the attention of all the giants, especially the Swedish star, who achieved an incredible average with 97 goals in 102 games, had proven his goal-scoring ability. Despite strong interest from Manchester United managed by his former manager Ruben Amorim, Gyökeres chose Arsenal. With this transfer, Arsenal fans who wanted to solve the striker problem that had existed since Henry were over the moon. Gyökeres taking the number 14 jersey, which was synonymous with Henry, raised expectations even higher. Eberechi Eze. Kai Havertz's injury might have actually turned into an opportunity for Arsenal. The signing of Eberechi Eze, who they snatched from their rival Tottenham, has created a lot of buzz among the fans. Eze, who played a huge role in Palace's FA Cup win and their successful league run last season, could lead Arsenal to the championship trophy they've been longing for if he can keep up that performance at Arsenal. Martin Zubimendi. Zubimendi, who came through the Real Sociedad Academy to become one of the most remarkable midfielders in Spanish football, has turned a new page in his career by moving to Arsenal. Zubimendi, who has been on the radar of giants like Barcelona and Real Madrid for years, chose to favor Mikel Arteta's project. This transfer promised not just talent to Arsenal's midfield, but also long-term stability and leadership. Especially for the club that was looking for a player who would complement Declan Rice's dynamism and provide balance to the game, Zubimendi was seen as the missing piece. Noni Madueke. Known for his pace, agility, and one-on-one ability, Madueke was transferred to add a new dimension to Arsenal's attacking line. Needing more direct play and a better use of wide areas in his squad, Arteta aims to fill this gap with Madueke. This transfer is part of the team's efforts to increase attacking variety and especially to break down tough defenses. The competition for a spot with Gabriel Martinelli on the left wing is intriguing. Who do you think will wear the jersey on Arsenal's left wing this season? Cristhian Mosquera, who caught the attention of Europe's giants with his potential shown despite his young age in La Liga, was transferred as part of Arsenal's long-term defense plans. Standing out with his pace, physical strength, and positional awareness, Mosquera is expected to bring youth and competition to Arsenal's defensive line. This transfer aims to create a strong alternative to center-backs like Saliba and Gabriel in the future. Real Madrid's interest in Saliba made this transfer somewhat of a necessity. One of the Premier League's experienced names, Nørgaard, was transferred to add strength and experience to Arsenal's midfield. A defense-oriented midfielder, Nørgaard is known for his ball-winning, interceptions, and game intelligence. With Thomas Partey also leaving the team, this transfer will add depth to the team's midfield rotation. It also has the potential to lighten Declan Rice's load and give Rice a more offensive role when they play together. Kepa Arrizabalaga. Although Kepa has had ups and downs in his career, he joined Arsenal's goalkeeper rotation with his high-level experience. Expected to bring strong alternative and competition to Raya, Kepa is a goalkeeper who stands out with his reflexes and ball distribution ability, despite past mistakes. This transfer serves as insurance against problems Arsenal might face in the goalkeeper position during a long and challenging season. The Arsenal 11 that will be formed with the new star transfers has already started creating a huge wave of excitement among the fans. After last season's disappointments, club management and head coach Arteta signed radical decisions this summer, literally lighting the fuse of a rebirth. This new squad, whose market value on Transfermarkt has exceeded £600 million, came together to end the championship drought. The arrival of a goal machine like Viktor Gyökeres gave hope to solve the striker problem that had been going on for years, while the stability and leadership that Martin Zubimendi will bring to midfield further strengthen the team's backbone. These transfers not only increase individual talents, but also create an ideal squad depth that will take Arteta's playing philosophy to the highest level. Arsenal is expected to be not only talented, but also tactically very versatile in the new season. In light of all these expectations, the only question in the fans' minds is, how much will this dream squad on paper be reflected on the field? Let's take a closer look at Arsenal's new season starting 11 and player roles. David Raya. Raya stands out as one of the most important representatives of modern goalkeeping understanding. Not only with his saves, but also with his ability to use his feet well and build play from the back, he's the first step in the team's passing network. The first step of Arteta's tactical chain starts with him. The competition created by new transfer Kepa will motivate him even more, and will be a driving force for him to take his quality to the highest level this season. Timber, who returned to the field after a long injury last season, had actually brought a new dimension to Arsenal, not just as a defender, but also with his ability to build play. A versatile player, Timber can play in the center of defense, right back, and even in midfield. Timber, who returned towards the end of last season after his injury and showed his potential once again, is a candidate to be one of the keystones of Arteta's system this season. His biggest advantage is not just his defending, but also his ability to contribute to build up play and attack. William Saliba. Despite his young age, Saliba is in the position of defense leader with the maturity and physical strength he displays. With his pace and positional awareness, Saliba doesn't give opposing forwards a chance. And he's also one of the key players who starts the team's attacking moves with his calm play on the ball. He's not only the present, but also the future of Arsenal's defense. With his performance last year, he proved he was one of the best players in his position. This year, his goal will be to be the best. Real Madrid also has great interest in the player. Let's see how this interest will affect his performance. Gabriel. One of the main pillars of Arsenal's defense, Gabriel makes his mark with his pace, power, and leadership qualities on the field. The successful center-back partnership he formed with William Saliba has become one of the most important factors ensuring the team's defensive stability. Gabriel being left-footed gives him a great advantage in building play and starting attacks with long passes. The aggression and determination he shows on the field make things difficult for opponents and give his teammates confidence. Riccardo Calafiori. Calafiori, who attracted attention at the European Football Championship with his great performance at Bologna, had transferred to Arsenal last season. Being a versatile defender and the maturity he showed, despite his young age and his relationship with the ball, perfectly matched Arteta's understanding of the game. Calafiori is a candidate to bring both quality and dynamism to Arsenal's backline, not only with his defensive skills, but also with his game vision and attacking passes. Will Calafiori, who will compete with Lewis Skelly for a jersey this year, be able to meet expectations? We'll see. Martin Zubimendi. Transferred from Real Sociedad, Zubimendi will bring the game control and balance that Arsenal's midfield has been looking for years. Acting as a shield in front of the back four, he will ensure the team's defensive stability with his ball-winning and interception abilities. His presence will give players like Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard more attacking freedom and increase the fluidity of midfield. Will Zubimendi, whom Arsenal snatched from Real Madrid's hands, upset Real Madrid fans with this season's performance? We'll see. Declan Rice. When he transferred from West Ham, all eyes were on Declan Rice. And despite the pressure on him, he quickly exceeded expectations. With his contributions to both defense and attack in Arsenal's midfield, he proved that he was one of the best players in his position in the world and became one of the team's most irreplaceable players. One of the rare talents who can play two-way football with both ball-winning and attacking support features, Rice will be the engine of Arteta's system this season. His dynamism and vision are the main source of energy and stability in Arsenal's midfield. Martin Odegaard. Odegaard, who is the team's captain and most creative player, continues to be the center of Arsenal's attacking organizations. With the arrival of a finisher like Gyökeres, Odegaard's deadly passes and shooting threat will become much more effective. After a long-term injury last season, Odegaard's return was not at the expected level. For Arsenal, it is critically important for him to deliver his long-awaited performance this year. Do you think he can produce double-digit goals and assists this season? Bukayo Saka. Academy graduate Saka will create a constant threat for opponents on the right wing with his pace, dribbling ability, and shooting threat. His cutting inside from the wing and the passing connections he'll establish with Gyökeres will make Arsenal's attacking line even more dangerous. Saka, who is the team's most important weapon and biggest star, showed that he continued where he left off when he returned from the injury he suffered last season. If Arsenal go on to win the title this season, it will be largely down to Saka's consistent performance. Madueke will add new dynamism to Arsenal's wings with his pace, one-on-one ability, and shooting threat. Madueke, who will compete with Martinelli for a jersey, will make opponents' jobs difficult by increasing attacking variety. In his single season at Chelsea, Madueke's speed and quickness were noticeable, but his biggest issue was his finishing. If he can develop this with Arteta, he'll become a scary weapon. Eberechi Eze, who really made a name for himself last season with 11 goals and 7 assists in the Premier League, will play a creative role alongside Bukayo Saka in games where Arsenal struggles to break down defenses. With 3.4 successful dribbles per game, Eze is one of the league's top midfielders at taking on opponents, and he seems to be a definitive solution for the lack of creativity on the left wing. Viktor Gyökeres. Arsenal's biggest transfer, Gyökeres, came to solve the team's striker problem that had been going on for years with his finishing in the penalty box and physical strength. His performance of 54 goals and 13 assists in 52 games last season was like a dream. The Premier League will be an arena where he'll want to prove himself. We're also impatient to see what he can do in a league with star goalscorers like Haaland, Salah, and Isak. Yes, an exciting season awaits Arsenal. Arsenal didn't just increase squad depth this season, but also took important steps toward becoming a team that gets the job done on the field. With new transfers, Mikel Arteta's philosophy can finally work fully. However, football isn't a game played on paper. Last season's disappointments, injuries at critical moments, and factors like mental fatigue could be the biggest obstacles the team faces in the new season. So, can this new Arsenal shed the almost but not quite label? Viktor Gyökeres inheriting Henry's legacy, the leadership Martin Zubimendi will bring to midfield, and the creative power Eberechi Eze will add to the wings are raising fans' expectations to the top. However, we shouldn't forget that all this potential can only become reality if the team acts as a whole. As football lovers, we'll watch what happens both on and off the field over the next 9 months with great curiosity. So what do you think? Can Arsenal reach the championship trophy they've been longing for with this season's performance? Drop your comments below. If you like this analysis, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button.